Okay, we're really happy to be able to announce that the new design has gotten to a point where we think it's ready for actual use. So we're going to release it. We just applied it to the sites as an option, and we'll just go over how to enable it and how it works. So we'll just get started here. This is just the old default look of the front end of the system. Uh, Going back into the back end, all you need to do to enable the new design is go into Customize Hard, Set Defaults, and then change the default templates to the one that say Slideshow, like so. Clicking Save, and I'll refresh the front end. And there you have it. Uh, the new design just appears just like that. And you can go back and forth between them just as easily by going back into Set Defaults and setting them back to whatever you had them to, if you so choose. It's just going to say welcome because before that's the text that we had in there for just the basic greeting. I can go into Customize Easy and add something to that. Something like that. And there we go. So the logo that appears in this new design, if you go into Customize Easy and upload logos and images, it's this first one right here. With the old design, actually, the small one is the one that would appear, which would be this one. So you'll probably want to re-upload your logo, and also you'll want to have transparency so that it's just not a square, because that will really make it stand out on the actual homepage. This one, I mean, it's a demo one. We made it a circle. It looks a lot better not being a square or a rectangle up there. Another thing that is new is the address finder. It uses the Google location API or the autocomplete API. So in your site configuration, there are these placed for latitude and longitude. These results, when you start typing, will be biased towards a radius around that latitude and longitude. So right now it's in Beverly Hills somewhere. And, when I start typing, it does address complete for Beverly Hills. If I change this to change the address, fill it, then the addresses will be biased towards Chapel Hill, North Carolina, which is the new latitude and longitude I put in there. So it's important that you have the correct latitude and longitude in there. We fixed the autofill so that it should be able to find it now, just give it an address. And, you can do it so that if they have geolocation enabled, it'll bias it towards that, but a lot of times they won't have it enabled. You can do it by IP address, but a lot of times that's like wildly inaccurate. So putting a latitude and longitude in there will give you the best results and most relevant address autocomplete for your customers. See, we do not. Okay, I set it back to Beverly Hills. We'll just choose 123 Oakhurst Drive. As soon as it gets a match, it doesn't even mess around. It'll pop open the restaurant list with restaurants that deliver to that address that they've entered. And this is customers really like to see it in this kind of view, and it looks fantastic. Again, there's a previous video that showed you how to get your logos looking pretty good to give them transparency as well. I'll just choose one of these, and as soon as you do, it'll collapse down into the restaurant list here. There's two buttons up here. They have the option they could go back to full screen, or they can undock it from the left so that they can browse the menu without the list being there all the time. Let's see. So we redid the cart. Once I add an item, it'll fly up and pop open the cart. It's got at a nod to our old design, we've got a little receipt ticket bottom edge here, but we've made it in such a way that the cart gets out of the way when it's not supposed to be there. If I remove the item, there is no cart because there's no reason to have a cart there. There's no reason to be obscuring the menu. There's no space wasted when they're browsing a menu. When you add an item, the cart will appear, but when you scroll down, it'll slide up and stick to the top so that you can still not have it in your way as you're browsing the menu. And then when you scroll back up, it'll appear again. So that is what we did with a cart. I think it strikes a great balance between being there when you need it and disappearing when you don't. What else is new? Okay, so on the homepage itself, we're going to be adding a bunch of different new widgets, but the first one is randomly delivering now, which will take 3 of your restaurants at random that happen to be delivering at this point in time and just pop them on here. The plan is to have it so that you can make categories like, featured restaurants, and then that would be, a list of the featured restaurants, or just categorizing some restaurants, having a little teaser on your homepage with them there. But essentially, clicking on one of these will just take you directly to the menu. Let's see what else is new. We added this today. We added the new app icons that are there. There's still a lot that we need to add. We'll be adding things so that you can add, announcements or an alert. We don't have an alert here yet. But as far as it goes, it looks fantastic. Now, it's time to talk about the origin of these slideshow images. So the very first image will be the image that you have in Customize Easy for your background graphic. That will always be the first image, and you should probably make that something specific to where your delivery area is, like a cityscape of the city that you deliver, something that'll be really recognizable to your client base. And after that, it will randomly take backgrounds that you have for your themes in your restaurant profiles. If you don't have backgrounds for your restaurants, then we have a library of images that are categorized by cuisine. And, if you've got a restaurant that's a Chinese restaurant and you've classified that in the restaurant profile, let's see. This one's classified as Mexican. The system will take an image out of the library and use that if you don't have anything specified over here for the background image. So there's a new field here in the restaurant profile, which is slideshow photo. And that is if you want the slideshow photo to be different than your theme background image. So if you don't have anything in here and you had something in here, it's going to use this. If you have something for the background image and then you have something different for slideshow photo, it'll use the slideshow photo. If you don't have anything for any of them, it's going to use the library stock image that we have for this type of cuisine, which is Mexican. And that is where all of the slideshow photos are getting pulled from. So we'll go over to account and FAQ. FAQ, we still need to redo the look of it to be updated to this theme. Account is pretty basic. We still need to a little bit work on that, but functionally everything should be good to go. So that's the new design. We are just so pleased to be able to release this finally. I really think that your customers will like it, and let us know what you think.